Fletcher. So what did you want to talk about today?
I'm having issues at work. So I worked as a canvasser for the same company that my dad works as a salesperson for. He's worked there for close to 10 years.
Okay.
So I just started about a month ago, and it's pretty clear that at the moment I'm not super great at the job. So it's basically, we're just going door to door. My job being to set up appointments, and then salespeople obviously to go in and sell those.
All right. So your dad works as a salesperson. You're working as a canvasser, and you're trying to find a balance.
Yeah.
There.
So, like I said, I'm not super great at it. I haven't set many appointments, and I'm coming home, and my dad's been irritated with me for not setting appointments, and then my boss is telling me that I'm not doing good, and I'm not, that I need to be improving. But I've been getting two different answers, so I'm trying to figure out how I'm,
You're when you don't do well and you're getting that feedback, you're feeling frustrated.
Yeah.
About your performance and the feedback itself.
Yeah, I am. Because, I know that I'm doing a bad job. It's no secret that I am. I understand the fact that I'm not. But,
You feel like you don't need them
right.
saying it too.
And I understand, my boss telling me I'm not doing this so great because he's my boss. My dad does a different job. We have two different roles. He hasn't done mine, I haven't done his. I don't tell him how to do his job. He shouldn't be telling me how to do mine.
You feel like it needs to be kept separate.
Yeah. So I'm having issues because for the longest time I've heard about how he feels about the canvassers before I started working there, and then I hear about how the canvassers feel about salespeople, just from the general people I work with. So I'm not as good at setting appointments because I'm looking for stuff that the salesman can handle.
How do they feel about each other?
Canvassers, they both get easily very frustrated with each other.
Okay.
If you talk to one group or the other, they're going to be complaining about the other group. But I'm just trying my best to make it as easy on everybody as I possibly can, but that sacrifices my own.
And so you're putting yourself in the middle of this conflict that...
Yeah, I'm not even putting myself in the middle of the conflict just for everybody, though. I've done it because my dad's in that position, so it's I'm in this mindset of if my dad ends up getting that appointment, I don't want to be screwing him over because I purposefully didn't follow the rules.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, a lot of the canvassers on other teams, I've been told purposely set up bad appointments and just do stuff that's they're not supposed to, just to boost their numbers.
And you want to set good appointments.
Yeah.
Because of your...
Because of my dad. And he has two other friends that are salespeople that are constantly around. So I get a lot of both sides because I work one and I live with the other and see a lot of the other. So it's I don't know where the balance is between the two because my boss hasn't been super happy with my performance as of recently, wants me to come back into training. My dad, wants to just help me, but he doesn't know how.
He hasn't done your job.
Right.
And so he's trying to give you advice, but you don't think that he necessarily should be.
Yeah. And it's all he and I talk about now is work, and that's starting to get a little old. And by a little old, just really old, really fast.
So you feel kind of exhausted and annoyed that when that's the only thing that you're talking about with your dad.
Yeah.
When it becomes the center of your relationship.
Yeah, it's been a month, and that's all we've talked about really for the past month. So that's gotten really tiresome really fast. I don't know. I'm just looking for ways to try and make it better. I'm gonna continue to just I'm gonna try my hardest at the job. I told my boss when I started that I don't know if I'm gonna be the best worker that he has, but I'm gonna be the hardest worker that he has. That's a mindset I try to hold into every job.
So you want to throw yourself into the work and try your hardest, knowing that necessarily this might not be your thing.
Right. And it's starting to seem that way. I'm not the newest there, but on my team I'm close to the newest. But the other people are already doing pretty well. For whatever reason, it just seems that like I can't get a hold of it like the other people can.
So do you feel like frustrated with yourself?
Yeah.
And with your performance when you see your coworkers flourishing and succeeding and you feel like you're not?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's just like, we all did the same training, we're all doing the same things, but for whatever reason, they're just like one step above me still. And I don't really know how to go about fixing that issue.
Okay.
And I think that I need to just like, my dad also, he wants me to work 5 days a week. I currently only work 3 days a week because I have class on the other 2 days. Even though the schedules don't really clash, I just wanted to take the time off.
You want to give yourself time to take care of other things. This job is not your main priority.
Because I don't get off work until like 9:30 some days. So it's like, it just gets to be really late, and I don't really have any day after that. So I just wanted to take some time off, but like my dad feels I should work more. My boss wants me to start coming in on weekends, which I just don't want to do. But he's trying to create like a sub team that'll come in on weekends, so that shouldn't be an issue. But it's just like I worry that the job's not a good fit for me, but I have to deal with it for the next 3 months because I was given an opportunity and I can't just like throw the opportunity away.
And you feel kind of anxious about that.
Yeah.
About when you think about the prospect of having to do this job that you don't feel like you're succeeding at for the next 3 months, it makes you feel kind of anxious.
Yeah, it does. Because like a big issue is I reflect on my dad because my dad recommended me for the job. So if I'm not succeeding, everyone sees someone that like my dad brought in that's not succeeding. That's what like higher up sees. So I have the stress of just trying to figure it out on my own, as well as the stress of trying to continue to look good for my dad. So it's a lot of added pressure that's just like...
And you feel responsible. When you're not succeeding, you feel responsible for that and responsible for the way your dad
yeah, exactly.
being viewed through you.
Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of added stress that like that's why part of the reason I don't want to go in 5 days, because it's a lot of added stress that like I don't need to be dealing with. Like
you feel like you need to put yourself first. That this is not your future. This is not your job for the rest of your life, and so there's times where you just need to step back.
Yeah, exactly. But I'll figure it out. It'll all work out eventually, I'm sure, at some point. I just got to figure out how to get it done.
Yep. You can figure it out.
Yeah, I will.
Alright. Well.
Good?
Yeah, I think we're all set.
Alright.